Well, hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Ladies Listen Up. What is your relationship with your money? Man, oh man, oh man, y'all know the drill. Go grab your sister girl and tell her, come on over to Oasis Wellness of Life. We are talking about some good over here. All righty. Before we get started, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Come on, y'all, subscribe, and tell somebody else to come on over and subscribe. We want to get those subscription up. Alrighty. Yes, I am looking down to Grandma's cookie jar, right? Grandma's cookie jar has some good for us. My grandson bust through the door the other day and he said, "Where's Grandma's cookie jar?" He was excited. So y'all, Grandma's cookie jar is becoming famous. But it just should become famous because guess what? Grandma's cookie jar has all of the wisdom, all of the knowledge that we need to be able to make better decisions, not only with our money, but with our life, period. So how many of us have discovered that during this journey, if you've taken this journey with us, you've met somebody? Stay to the end, and I'll let you know who that somebody is. Alrighty, let's go into Grandma's cookie jar. Grandma's cookie jar, the secret or the nugget for today, or tip of the day is when you focus on the good, it gets better. Focus on the good, it gets better. Good thought, huh? Food for thought. What about live a life you love? That tells us that it's a decision, right? I'm going to put this down here. I'm going to make a little note. Who have we met on this journey? See, y'all, I practice what I preach. I take notes because notes keep us on track. Notes help us to measure our progress and to get to our goals and then to reset once you get there so you can even have greater goals, right? So, all right, woo. So what does the mug of the day say? It says simply blessed. And I'm going to take a sip first. I love ginger, but this mango is kicking, y'all. Y'all know anytime I go in for a second gulp, it's really kicking. All right. So let's go ahead. Guess what? The books are in, and not just the one book for preview, but the actual books that are now on sale. Books are on sale, so you can get in contact with me. I'll actually put them on the website as well if you want to get your copy. It's the Daddy-Daughter Dynamic. Alrighty. Don't laugh at me, y'all. Yeah, my tools are pink. It's okay to be feminine. Power of femininity, right? It's okay to be feminine. All right, let's see. Part of it. I'm taking part of this paper loose. Wait a minute. I should have probably. I don't want to cut the books. I don't want to cut them. All right, there we go. There we go. Safety first, right? Get all this out the way. Get all this out the way. Uh-oh. It's like Christmas, right? Let's get that out the way. Uh-oh, they are packed pretty good. Let's get that out the way. Wow, they are packed really good, y'all. Snowball fight. Anybody want a snowball fight? Here we go. Oh, there's so much paper in here. They gave us some Christmas wrapping paper up in here, too. Some stuffing paper. They stuffed them really good and tight, good and tight. Alrighty. Here we go. Oh my goodness, the Daddy-Daughter Dynamic. Here we go. The books are in. We will let you all know about the book signings. We're gonna have some virtual signings and signings all over. You all take note of today because you all will hear about the Power 13, right? 13 authors that came together all over the United States and poured their hearts and their stories into talking about their daddy-daughter dynamic. And I'm one of the co-authors here. It's the daddy-daughter dynamic, the path of healing. That is absolutely fantastic. So we do have the books all ready for the book signing. Let me see if I can get this out of the way without causing a ruckus. Oh well, here we go. Let's see. Ooh, they're heavy. You know what? They might have to just share the screen today. I don't know. These books are heavy. Anyways, we're gonna move them so that we can have a great conversation here. Yeah, the first order of books are definitely here. All right, here we go. Whoops. All righty. Okay. So Today we are going to talk about, well, first of all, congratulations to the books, right? For the books being here, and we're getting such good responses from the orders and from folks just really, really, being able to identify with the other authors in the book. So, man, that's amazing, 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 amazing. And so today, wanted to just talk a little bit about one of my favorite movies. What does this have to do with our money? Okay. So we talked about when you focus on the good, it gets better. Well, in A Stolen Life with Betty Davis's film, 1946 film, was based on a novel that was written in 1935. How appropriate books, right? A novel called A Stolen Life by Carol. I'm gonna spell the name. It's Karelbenes. Benz. Okay. Think about this though. In 1946, the budget for this film was $2,217, probably a whopping $2 million today, right? This movie is comparable to some of the things or some things that go on in life. This movie starred Betty Davis, Glenn Ford, and Dane Clark, right? So the movie goes on, and I love black and white movies. I could give me some popcorn, a nice robe, and some nice warm fluffy slippers, and a good old cup of hot tea or hot chocolate, and sit down and watch an old movie. Man, I love it, love it, love it. Because one of the things that I love about it is the elegance of with women. Women were, they wore their dresses, and they were elegant, hair done, makeup done, the whole nine. They were just beautiful. But in this movie, talk about, when a woman whose twin drowns in a boating accident, she assumes her twin's identity. And she does this in order to be close to a man in which she feels that her twin sister took from her many years before, and they got married. And they actually did. I mean, it wasn't, she didn't feel like she took them, she did take them. One of the twins were elegant, which was Pat. Pat was, so she was conniving, she cheated, and she was evil. But Kate was sweet and demure, right? But they called it the frosting. So Pat had the frosting, and Kate was a little bit more, let's say pound cake-ish, not frosted. Still good, but not frosted, right? So it was just funny because, when I was watching the movie, I said, man, what a parable to life, right? Sometimes or oftentimes we think about somebody else, and here's where it ties into our money. We think about somebody else who maybe on the outside looks like things are all put together, but we have no idea what it takes for that woman to walk in her shoes, right? Or her stilettos, if you will, right? We have no idea what that takes. So, our nugget for today says when you focus on the good, it gets better. That means that we're not focusing on somebody else's good. We're focusing on our own good, right? And then our good will get better. So like in the story or in the movie, spoiler alert in case you're going to go watch it, but it's still a good movie to go watch. It's called A Stolen Life, 1946, and it actually is on YouTube as well. But when you think about parenting, how our lives in somebody else's life, oftentimes we compete, right? And really there's no competition because our story is our own story. It's our own story to write. It's our own story to develop. It's our own story to cast, right? Because you have the power to decide who you want in your center circle of your life and who has to be maybe a supporting role or an extra, but they can't be in the center of your life because maybe, there's some conflict there or there's just it's not good. I talk about the bank account where our lives is like a bank account. We deposit into each other's lives and we make withdrawals. When we need, assistance or help, we withdraw from that bank account. But putting something into that bank account, we have the right or ability to pull something out. But if you're around people that are always pulling from you and not putting anything back, then those are the people that need to go on the outer side, if even in the stadium at all. And I had to learn that because, again, I used to think that it was kumbaya. Come on, everybody, let's kumbaya, let's work it out together. Everybody doesn't get it, and everybody doesn't have the same mindset, right? Some people are me, find me, and it's all about what's in it for me. It's all about what I can get, how it's going to make me better, and excuse my French, but the hell with everybody else. And that's some people's mentality, well, the majority of people, right? And so what does it have to do with our money? Well, as you are walking through and putting together your plan and looking, okay, on the other side, saying, okay, these are my goals. This is what I'm going to get to. You may want to just see, or maybe I was going to say decide, but you may want to look around and see who the other characters and the other players are in the circle. Okay, if you can get with people that are truly like-minded, that truly have goals and dreams and desires of their own, you can interdependently lock arms with them, and then you all can win, all in that circle, right? That's what the smart money circle is all about. It's about like-minded people going in that same direction in order to reach all of our goals. So how do we reach our goals? See, this thing is a lot deeper than just, okay, I'm going to set a plan together, a plan of action together, and then I'm just going to, I'm going to save. Well, ding, ding, ding. Whoever told you to save your way to wealth or riches, bad information. Again, somebody that, you know, possibly shouldn't be in that inner circle, right? But somebody who is there to say, look, this is a great investment opportunity. I vetted it out. Here, put some money here, okay? And then, wait a minute, here's another asset. Let's put some money here, right? Wait, here's another great asset. Let's put some money here. Let's not put it all in one pot, because guess what? That's not diversification. That's not asset diversification. That's not what we're talking about. We've been learning what asset diversification is, not putting it all in one pot, having the rug snatched out from under us. But we're talking about creating true wealth, meaning we're creating assets that are giving us back systematic cash flow that are on the passive side. See, all of these are terms that should be in our glossary of our reference books that we've been putting together, right? So we should know what versus active income is. We should also know what asset diversification is. We should also understand what diversifying our asset portfolio, our financial portfolio, we should know what that is, right? So we should also understand, again, so we're adding more terms today about the people that should be in our inner circle, right? So in that movie, like we go back to A Stolen Life by Betty Davis, right? I mean, that starring Betty Davis. We go back to that movie. We had Kate that was sweet and demure personality, right? Then we had Kate, who was conniving, cheating, and evil, but she had the frosting. She was nice on the outside. She was beautiful in appearance, even though Betty Davis played both parts, where she did an absolutely fantastic job at changing her personality in both characters, right? Amazing. And she also produced the movie too. So what does that have again to do with our money? Meaning there's decisions that need to be made, and some of those are hard decisions. But in order to get to where we are destined to be, then we need to look at these things, okay? So as we continue to move forward, what are the things that we need to continue to grow, meaning relationships? What are those relationships that we need to continue to grow? Which ones do we need to grow or that we need to put in a distance? And which one of those do we need to cut off, right? There are relationships that will hinder you or relationships that will help you. And it's up to you to make that decision as to which ones are going to help, which ones are going to hinder you and keep you down. So your relationships make a huge difference. And we're not just talking about romantic relationships, because that's a whole nother podcast, right? Write that down. We're going to cover that one too. But relationships, if you get into the wrong relationship, or a relationship that is not conducive to your growth, or that is jealous of your growth, or that is constantly competing against you, these are all things that are not only emotional, suck you emotionally or suck the emotional life out of you, but it also hinder you from having a clear mind to make those decisions as to what assets should I put my money in? Which assets should I pull away from? Which assets should I say no to because it's not a good idea? I haven't vetted it out, or the people in my circle have not vetted it out, right? So those are just some of the things. Like, it was just an amazing invitation to be a part of the daddy-daughter dynamic. Because why? Now, another book to my credit, right? So that was still a good decision for me to be a part of it. I didn't have to write a whole book, but we got the message out there, right? We got the message about the daddy-daughter dynamic to help other people, right? It's movie time. Great decision to put that book out and say, hey, this is what I did to help myself to overcome the challenges that I went through, right? Again, another great, these are things that can make money while I sleep, right? Get them in the stores. There are avenues that we're opening up when we talk about different assets, different asset classes. Remember, we talked about the LLC. We talked about a product, book, product, right? We talked about other assets with systematic cash flow, like the PAM accounts that we talk about that are going to give you 2 to 4% of return on your investment, right? All of these are things that we're talking about. Some of them are active, some of them are passive, right? Passive royalties that are coming in that I don't have to do anything more. Lay that foundation, right? Passive, putting your product in a store, right? You may still have to do some things with it, but you've already done the work as far as getting it in the store. You know how you're producing this product, right? Maybe that's more active, but the passive side of it is sales that are reoccurring. That's what I was getting at. Sales that are reoccurring with book sales, meaning royalties, right? These are things that we can take apart in our book. A chapter in our book, we're going to talk about assets with systematic cash flow. We're talking about assets such as products. We're talking about assets such as an LLC, right? We're talking about assets which are, trust accounts. We're talking about assets, right? And we want assets that are bringing us back money while we sleep. That's how you build your dynasty. That's how you build assets that are going to help you to work, that are going to work hard for you or harder for you than you worked for it to obtain the original money. So got excited about the books, and hopefully my point came across today. And what did I say? I said, who have you met on this journey? And if you haven't met that person yet, keep an eye out for them, because you will meet that person. You want to know who that person is? Come a little bit closer. Now a little bit closer. The person is you. The person is the person that you are purposed and designed to be. Delightfully, delicately, uniquely, phenomenally, amazingly. Am I making that word off? But you get the point. The phenomenal you that you are purposed to be. Alrighty, don't forget to listen, learn, and leverage this information, and like, share, subscribe. Hold on. Like it, share, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Alrighty, y'all. Stay fearless. Bye for now.